here.
Right.
The stream.
We're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Virtual Kitchen. This is an epic virtual kitchen. This is very, very exciting. Today, we have three fabulous guys. We have Alejandro. This is everybody. We're all Hago guys, so I know you remember everybody. We have Alejandro Cano, of course. We have Julianne from Germany. There she is in her kitchen. Alejandro looks like he's outside. He's a very outdoorsy guy. And then we have Matea, of course. Alejandro he's our man's man. He's our outdoorsy man's man. So everybody want to say hello before we get started? How this is going to work? This is going to be about a 90-minute epic virtual live stream. What we're going to do, we're going to start in Alejandro's kitchen, and then we're going to move to Julianne's, and then we're going to move to Matea's, and we're going to move every 10 minutes. We're going to pop into somebody else's kitchen and see the progress that they're making. So I'm going to let the guide say hello before we get started. Alejandro, do you want to start?
Yeah. Hi. Hello. Welcome for being here in Costa Rica and Germany and Slovenia at the same time. You are doing magic today. So you are in the three different countries at the same time. Anyway, welcome here. So I'm in the Costa Rica, Central America. Today we are going to prepare here live the most typical dish in Costa Rica that is a breakfast that is called Gallo Pinto. Gallo Pinto, I'm going to explain you later everything about that dish, right? So again, welcome. This is Alejandro. I am your tour guide here in Costa Rica.
And
See you in a minute.
Alejandro, we're in 4 countries because I'm in California.
In California. That's correct. We are in 3 kitchens and 4 countries. Yes, that's right. That's correct.
Thanks to President Trump, everybody wants to leave America out. Darn him. All right, Alejandro, we're going to see you in a minute when we get started. Yeah. Julianne, say hello to the people.
Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to my small kitchen. We are doing a traditional German Abendbrot. So something you can get every evening, typical for families, easy to prepare but really nice. And you can eat it on a nice hot day like today. We got our first summer day. So we had about 30 degrees today. And I'm glad I don't have to cook something hot today. But looking forward to the other 2. And glad we are in 4 countries at the moment. Exciting.
Well, we're excited, Julianne. We're so excited. Matea, hello. Good evening. It's morning in California and Costa Rica, but it's evening in Germany and Slovenia, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to make for us today, Matea?
So I don't know if you're waiting for me because you know what? I'm just hearing just seeing your facial expressions. But otherwise, thank you very much for inviting me to join this club. So I am from Slovenia, Matea. Some of you already know me from the other live streamings. And you know what? Today, I would like to share with you our local dish. Have a look now. I will slowly flip my camera that you would see what I prepared. This dish is so-called Štruklji. Štruklji, Strukli, Štruklji. And I prepared it also with a salad because what I like the most are savory Štruklji. So thank you very much and looking forward to share in the next stage after Alejandro the recipe with you all.
Thank you, Matea. Yes, Matea, we're having some sound problems with Matea, so might have to try to reach out to her in chat. But we're going to work it out. So I want everybody to know a little housekeeping. If you're watching this as a video replay afterwards, it did originally air live. so you may hear us interacting with people in the live chat. Also, if you notice in the chat, you'll see each one of the guides, not me, each one of the cooking guides, our chefs, their PayPal links, should you decide you would like to help them out with their supplies and their efforts today. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and remove Julianne from the stage, Matea's off the stage, Alejandro. We're going to put Alejandro. I
Yep.
think we're going to put Alejandro.
Yep. All right. So, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Alejandro. Can you hear
All
me?
right. Yes, yes.
Let's get going.
Okay, let's start. All right. So, hello again. And kind of dizzy because we went around the world in just 5 minutes. So, we are back here in America. All right. So, let me flip the camera to the other side, and then I show you how it looks like today here. Like this,
Beautiful.
like this, like this.
Hello,
And
hello, Ronnie Lynn. Ronnie Lynn just joined and said hello.
all right, 11 in the morning in Central America. This is a super sunny day. We are still in the dry season or transition to the wet season, but you see, it's super hot day. So again, thank you for being here, and we are going to cook what we call here a dish called Gallo Pinto. Gallo Pinto is it's if you translate, right? If you translate, is painted rooster, right? It's kind of weird, right? So gallo is rooster and pinto is painted. So it's a rooster with 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 the feathers in different colors. I will tell you why, because it's kind of weird that a dish, especially a breakfast, has the name of a painted rooster, right? So, but after I will tell you how or why, so you will understand. So, but of course, today is kitchen, is cooking, but it's culture, history, and guess what? A Spanish class, right? So I'm going to tell you or to show you some words of what we need here to prepare the dish in Spanish, and then you are going, if you know, so you put in the chat or something, the translation, right? So
I'm going to
go
put on
back.
my hat.
It's kind of a contest, right? So first, I'm going to move the camera.
Hello, Trisha. Trisha just joined from New Zealand. Welcome. Another one of our Hago guides. She has a tour coming up today.
I don't know if you can see the word backwards or you can read it.
I see it. Gallo Pinto.
Gallo Pinto, I explained you that one already. Gallo is rooster and Pinto is painted, right? So
amazing.
Yes, because at that time, back, like more than 200 years ago, fights of rooster were very popular. Now it's prohibited here in this country, but at that time it was something very popular. People who own a painted rooster has the upper hand because it's supposed to be stronger than the rest of the roosters during the fight. So painted rooster was the stronger or the strongest in the fight. As Gallo Pinto, as this food that we are going to prepare today is a strong food, especially to work the whole day. So they found some similarities. A strong meal with a strong rooster, and also the feathers, the colors, the contrast in the different colors of the dish and in the rooster. So that's why they call the dish Gallo Pinto, painted rooster. So we are in the kitchen. Of course, cocina is where we are right now. We will need what is this? Who knows
Rice.
what is this? Rice.
It's rice.
It's rice. We need that. We need, what is this?
Beans.
Beans. That's correct. Very important and super important, this ajo.
It's a spice.
No, it's something that smells not good for some people, but it's
Garlic.
delicious. Garlic. This one, onion. That's correct. We will need, this one is difficult. We need this one, very important. Chile dulce.
Chili juice, chili milk, chili
Sweet,
cream.
sweet pepper.
Ah,
Sweet pepper. We will need aceite. Who knows what is that? Anyone? Sorry, there. Aceite. The car uses that. Your car.
oil.
Oil. We need, of course, you know that one.
That's my favorite.
Cilantro and or culantro. We need, of course, this one very important, especially in the Americas, tortillas de maíz, corn tortillas, and plátano.
Banana.
Plantain, banana is different, my friends.
Okay.
Plantain. This one needs to be cooked. Bananas, you don't cook the banana. All right, my friends, you know the ingredients, but here in Costa Rica, we cannot do anything without what? Without coffee.
Ah.
Look, before we start, of course, I need to tell you how you can prepare the typical Costa Rican way to prepare coffee. Can you see it well?
Yes.
Okay, this is, even if you have the machine, here people love this. You need a holder. This is a wooden platform. You need a cotton bag, just made with cotton. If you don't have one, so you can use your sock. Put it here. If it's more or less clean or decent, you can put it here. Something to receive the water. My special cup.
Love that. That's your company.
And then, of course, the coffee. I have this coffee. This is from here, from this area. A friend of mine has this farm. It's called Café Las Peñas. So, my friends, I have the hot water already here. This is going to be very easy. I love a strong coffee, so I'm going to add or to put 2 spoons of ground coffee that smells really good.
Mm.
2 spoons.
Ronnie Lynn says she can't do anything without coffee either, and I can attest to that. When she came and stayed with me, when she came and visited me, I made sure that there was a pot of coffee made every morning for her.
Exactly. So then you put the water little by little, little by little. Oh man. Woo. Smells really, really good.
I can almost smell it here.
Oh yes, it's actually I. This is my trick. As I love strong coffee, so I pass it once, so I will pass it twice. So I have already here, see, and I will pass
Ooh,
it
that is strong.
twice to make it stronger. You see, you can do it 2 times or even 3 times.
And I think when you use a sock, it's even stronger.
Oh yeah, especially if you went for a good run in the morning
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
socks.
Perfect. Wake you right up.
Yeah. All right. So then basically we have the coffee. So this is the first part because this one is very important. Coffee is part of this dish, right?
Oh.
So always you have this gallo pinto, you must have your coffee. So now we are ready in the first part. So I will see you unless you have a question right now before we move to Slovenia, right? And then I will see you later for the second part or
I,
the
I
other
I
part
think I
of.
think we're going to Julianne next. We're going to Germany
Okay.
next,
All
I
right. All right.
believe. I think. Or am I wrong, Alejandro? Are we to go to Slovenia now?
I
Did I
think
already mess it up?
I think this is Slovenia, but
Slovenia.
I don't.
Then we're
Yeah.
going to Slovenia. We will see you when we see you, my friend. Okay, let's go to Slovenia. I almost messed it up. We almost went to Germany. And I did actually ask.
Hello,
Hi,
hello,
Matea. Hi,
Annette.
Matea. Hi, guys.
Unfortunately, I can't hear you, but I can see your facial expressions. So that means that we are already now in Slovenia. And as I promised to you, look, we are going to prepare the Štruklji, which are in fact really nice little tiny rolls. And now
Mm.
I would share with you a secret how to prepare them, okay? First of all, I think that Julian already knows a lot about it because the dough is the same as for strudel, you know? So that means
Mm.
that we need a flour. So white flour, believe it or not, for maybe those ones who are gluten eat tolerant, it's not the best. However, I have a lot of travelers from all around the globe who said that maybe back at home they are gluten intolerant, but here in Slovenia they can eat. So most probably Slovenian flour is still, let's say, quite pure. And that's why I do suggest to use white flour. But if you are really gluten intolerant, then I would suggest you maybe to use even buckwheat. Okay, not 100%, but it's good one. So here, my dear ones, I have quite a nice portion of this flour. By the way, if you're using a spoon like that, I would say like 30 spoons. Okay, I measured that before. So it's 300 grams. But just for you, if you are, let's say, making back at home, sometimes I think the easiest one is just to count spoons. So I say around 30 spoons. Okay, so this is the first thing, my dear ones. Huh? So we put like this flour, and then in this flour, we put a bit of salt, not much. It depends how much you like it, but definitely salt is something that we like to put in our dishes. I know it's not healthy, but okay, a pinch, not much, not much. Okay. Then we add an egg. So here we have, I was at the farmer's market, and I bought really the freshest ones. So I will put an egg over here. And then, my dear ones, also lukewarm water. Okay, I'm moving my camera so that you see what I'm doing. Okay, but I'm doing just a regular dough for strudel, so to say. And here we have like around 12, 12 spoons of lukewarm water. So that means a bit warm, not too much, not too little. So I will put now all that together because I need to rush a bit, okay? And now I will mix all that. I will mix all that, and then I will prepare a dough, Okay, so this dough will take me a bit more time, so I will do that also when we are going to Germany. But just, I would like to share with you also the feeling, because most probably you noticed that in that Štruklji dish, we have also filling. So, I'm going to work on this dough while we are in Germany. But before that, my dear ones, I would like to share with you also how we prepare the filling for this Štruklji dish. Okay, so as I said, I'll work on that during the time in your Germany. So I'm taking now another pot like this. I like it very much. It's white, nice, clear color. And then, my dear ones, I use a cheese, fresh cheese, like cottage cheese, you see. I also bought it from the farmer's market. So around, I would say around half a kilo, something like that. It depends, how rich you would like to have the filler. I don't like it so rich, I also like to taste the dough a bit. But anyway, this is the cottage cheese. And then, my dear ones, look. I like
Ooh.
also homemade sour cream. You see, a bit, not much. Okay, but this, and then a bit of salt again. Yeah, a bit of salt. And then what I like very, very much, homemade olive oil. And this is from my friend who is also a guide, and she has her own olive trees, and she makes olives from those trees. From these fruits, and she made a special olive oil for me. You see, that's really precious. And since you are my precious guest, I'm going to put it a bit in this filling over here, a kind of one soup, one soup, uh, yeah, like this. And then I also like, not everybody does that, but I also like a bit of melted butter, not much. Okay, a lot of our people don't put melted butter, but I like to put it inside because then the filling is softer. Okay, I just melted it now while Leandro was sharing with us his way of preparing coffee. So now have a look. We really need to work well on that. We really need to work well on that so that everything is nice and smooth. I like to do this with a fork so that I really grab every part of the fresh made ricotta cheese and also the sour cream and the salt. So this is like the major ingredient, I would say, for all Štruklji. And then, of course, if you want to make your own version, and we like to make our own version, lots of times in this filling, we add also chives. Have a look. I just got it from the garden, a nice purple color flower. And then also this tasty part, also a bit smelly, as Alessandra said, that like a bit of garlic, but it's really very good. So I chop it slightly, small pieces, and I add it then here. If you don't like that much, then you could also use parsley. I also got it from my garden, so I also could chop the parsley, and then I would all add these to our filling over here. You see? So that could be a really nice, colorful filling part. But on the other hand, you know what? These Štruklji can be sweet as well. I today going to make a savory one because that's the way I like them the most. But let's say that you would like to have them as a dessert. Then you would add here maybe some sugar, maybe some cinnamon, right? So this could be then a nice dessert. So let's say that for the moment, that's all from my part, from Slovenian part, because filling is done. You see, that's going to wait. And I need to work on a dough. You see, it's not well done yet. So I need to work on that for around 8 minutes. So while we are going to follow our Julienne from Germany, I'm going to work on the dough. Is that okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
Okay, now we're going to Germany. I tried to rush us there. Julian! I tried to come see you
Yeah,
earlier, but nope. They said nope.
yeah,
How are you, my friend? What are
yeah.
you
Well,
making for us?
yeah, I did hurt my hand, so I'm
Oh,
cheating today. I bought
that's
my bread.
right. That's right. You said you're having a hard time managing the gimbal
Yeah,
because of that. And I
so,
understand because I fractured this finger last month
yeah,
and I couldn't do it was very difficult and I did a museum tour and it was
yeah.
you know.
So that's why I'm using my laptop and cheating a bit. Put something on my table so you can see what I'm doing here.
Perfect.
Improvised. The most important actually is, well, this one. That's our plate. We don't eat
Oh.
our Abendbrot on a normal plate usually. You eat it on an old wooden board like this.
Oh,
And I'm going to
interesting.
cheat. I use it to cut my bread as well. I'm lazy.
Okay.
I don't want to clean up too. So,
I love that for you.
yeah. So it will be a bit noisy. But look
Oh.
at this pretty beauty.
Oh.
Bought
You know,
this morning.
this year I'm learning. I'm teaching myself how to make sourdough bread and homemade butters.
I've got to come. I've got to try. Yeah.
Come over and we'll work on it together. My first butter I'm going to try is a honey infused
Oh,
butter.
sounds lovely.
You know,
Yeah,
so
I just
show us.
bought
That's beautiful.
this one this morning.
Mm.
It's a mix of rye and malt and spelt. They call it König Ludwig, King Ludwig. Not sure why. It's just a fancy name. But it's really
Yeah.
nice. So let me show you. And you need a knife like this to cut
Yes.
it.
Yes. Your
This
bread
one
knife.
already cut if you want to, but if you want to keep it fresh for a little bit longer, you buy it like this and you start cutting. So looks really, really lovely. The first one, I got different ones. So I'm just cutting it like this. If I need more, I cut more later. And always put it back.
I'm salivating. I love
Yeah.
a good loaf of bread.
Keeps it nice and fresh. And I got more stuff.
Oh.
Went shopping this morning. Look what I
Oh.
got.
Oh my God, Julianne, that is beautiful.
Yeah, but you see the salt, it's already a little bit wet. It's quite humid today, so it gets wet. And they had a special offer, so I got this one as well.
Oh.
Pumpkin seeds.
Oh.
Looks
It is
really, really
gorgeous.
lovely. Yeah, what we also serve sometimes, well, not coffee, but it fits perfectly in my coffee in here. So more from northern Germany. Can you see it?
Let me take myself off the screen.
So can you see it? Nice pumpernickel. It's really dark. You put a little bit of butter on it. You can put cheese on it, sausage. So it's different kinds of bread we got. And my little board is too small. Oops. Sorry. And I got more. That's really a crisp bread. This one is with pumpkin seeds, cheese. You get it in the supermarket here. You also can eat it while watching TV in the evening. Like crisps. Really lovely. So we got different kinds of bread in Germany. We got more than 3,200 different kinds of bread. We are famous for the bread in Germany. It's even part of our heritage. So if you want to come over, go to a bakery, try the different ones, or bake it yourself.
Now, Julianne, that first one, not the first one, but the second one you showed us, like a pretzel, right?
Yes, it's just a normal pretzel. You get it in every bakery.
Yeah.
So really lovely. And 2 pretzels, and this one special offer, €2 this morning in
Oh,
our bakery.
that's cheap. Send me some.
Yeah.
Listen, do you ever dip your pretzels in mustard? Because I do that.
Usually not.
No, that's
Yeah,
not a German thing.
Not maybe in Bavaria, not here. Not where I am.
Oh, what would you do? You dip it in anything? What would you like?
I would
Cheese or
Cut
anything?
it, put butter on it, or hang on,
Oh, interesting.
Let
I
me
did not
check.
know that.
or my little cheese spread, which I bought
Ooh.
from Bavaria, but you buy it in the supermarket.
I really thought that dipping pretzels in mustard was a universal thing.
Not really. And you often
You know,
just grab it and eat it on the go. So if you buy it in the bakery, it's like this. You just grab it, walk away.
that's it, huh? Wow.
So
Even in New York, on the pretzel carts, because they have
Yeah.
hot, warm pretzel carts on the street, there's always mustard
Yeah.
to put on it. Isn't that
Usually-
odd?
yeah, maybe from Bavaria is the sweet one.
Huh.
I got
Okay.
mustard for later, but for my sausage, not for my pretzel. I should try it.
And Michaela Denning, hi Michaela, she's in Germany, and she says, hello, I dip my pretzel in sweet mustard, she says.
Yeah, sweet mustard from Bavaria.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Julianne. Well, I think we're going to move back to
Yep.
Alejandro, if that's okay, and we'll
Yep.
see you in a little bit and
I
see
will
what
show you
progress
what-
you're making.
Going on it in the second tour, and we will make it during the third tour.
We're going to make it. We're going to
Yeah.
make it. We have faith.
Make it
Okay,
nice.
my dear.
All right.
Alejandro.
Hello, welcome back. And
Alejandro,
how was your trip to Europe? How was the trip, my
It
friends?
was marvelous. It was marvelous. And you sound quite peppy. How much of your coffee have you had?
Oh yeah, I have. But here is the fun part, because now we have this. Remember the name of this? No, chile dulce, sweet pepper.
Chile
We-
dulce.
Chile dulce, sweet pepper. Then
Cebolla.
cebolla, that's correct. Onion. This beauty,
Ajito.
ajo, garlic.
Ajo.
You know this one.
Cilantro.
Cilantro,
Plantain.
plantain, plátano,
Frijoles.
black beans, correct. And white rice, of course, eggs. But
Oh,
now we are going to chop and start cooking. So let me set this in my tripod. And you let me know if you can see it well or if it's too high.
we see you perfectly, and I'm going to remove myself from the stage so that everybody can watch what you're doing, okay?
All right. So now I'm going to cut in little pieces the sweet pepper, actually the whole thing. So it's very easy. So that's provided with color to your dish. This is sweet pepper, so don't worry, this is not hot. Then I have the onion. I'm going to prepare just my dish. So I'm using just a quarter of an onion, 1/4 of an onion, just for uh, one plate. That's for me, right? So I cut it in little pieces. And you see how easy is that. So then I'm going with the garlic. People in Costa Rica, they use garlic also for medicinal purposes, not only as a condiment, but they use it for to fight viruses and bacteria. So it's very common. You see people in the market, they buy fresh garlic to eat it raw. They eat raw, also to fight fever and cold. Okay, I have that. And this one, I'm going to chop it at the very last thing, right? So now, I'm going to, let's see, I'm moving here to the pan. Here, so here I have, let's see, let me move this. All right. So I have oil, aceite. I have this la sartén, the pan. Not too hot. I'm going to add just not too much. I don't recommend olive oil, even if we love olive oil, but olive oil changes the flavor. So use just soy or sunflower or other type of oil, not olive.
Or like a vegetable oil. That's very common.
Yes,
Canola.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like canola is better. This one is canola, right?
Perfect.
So
How about
then,
how about an avocado oil?
yes, but it kind of burn the whole thing because the vegetable it's stronger. So
okay,
okay,
better to stick with in the North America, canola or vegetable oil is very common for us. So better
yeah,
to stick with something like that. Okay,
exactly.
perfect.
So now I'm going to add the whole thing: onion, garlic, and sweet pepper. Some people, they put first the onion and sweet pepper, and the last the garlic, because you have to be careful with the garlic. So you leave it here just for 1 minute or so, and then we are going to add the rice and beans. But first, let me tell you this. This is even mandatory. The rice, the white rice, and the black beans must be, and is mandatory, must be prepared the day before. You cannot do it fresh because it doesn't concentrate the flavors as it should be for this dish, especially for this dish. So, well, you know better than me that rice and beans, that type of thing, taste differently the next day, right? And by differently, I mean better, right? So if you go to a restaurant, they will put double portion of rice and half of beans because his rice is more expensive. In my case, I will put half and a half. So same quantity of rice, same quantity of beans. If you are looking for something nutritious, you make the opposite way. Double of beans and half of rice. So now I add everything, and this is very important. In Costa Rica, it's called salsa lisano. Actually, Costa Ricans, when they travel, they have to carry a lot of those bottles. This is Winchester sauce. You can use any of those. This is not hot, it's just spicy. It contains sweet pepper, celery, uh, carrot, and that's it. So you start stirring. And this, my friends, is a breakfast. Imagine, because
I'm
back,
wondering,
yeah,
Alejandro, I'm wondering if what you call salsa, in your little bottle, I'm wondering if that's like the Tabasco sauce that we have in North America. Have you heard of Tabasco sauce?
yes, we have here, but this is not Tabasco. This is not
Okay,
hot, not hot at all.
okay,
Actually,
okay.
you can add a lot of that because it's just it's spicy but not hot, right?
So what you're using is just to build another layer of flavor, not to make it overtly spicy.
Oh no, no. In Costa Rica, they don't eat like a hot food. You just add a part to your own uh, plate, right? So you must reduce the temperature and keep it there for a while. I mean, for some 5 minutes or so, maybe more. Yeah, if you put low temperature, you can keep it there, and it smells really, really good, right? So you see the colors: red, white, and black. So that's why painted rooster is a strong food. Is painted just like at those roosters, right?
Uh,
So
Alejandro, Julianne, our lovely colleague, says this looks lovely. Can you eat this for lunch as well, or only breakfast, Alejandro?
people normally used to be breakfast back in the day because the people who used to work in banana plantations, they had normally one dish per day, right? In the
Yeah,
morning, and they provide with the energy for the whole day, right?
yeah,
But
something
now,
very filling. Yeah.
yeah, but now people can eat it and they ask for that in restaurants all the time, not necessarily uh, in the during the breakfast. Now you have the cilantro or culantro, and you can chop it with your you can do it with a knife, with a scissors, whatever you can. So you chop it there. So I'm doing it here on my table, and then you put it on top.
Maybe we can meet somewhere in between breakfast and lunch and have it for brunch.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. People do it. I do it many times. So this is the culantro. I put it on top.
Mm.
You see, and this is an extra smell. Super good. All right. So the dish, as you can see, I don't know if you can note that it's still a little bit wet, right? But you have to keep it until it's dry. Not fully dry, but uh, you see some of the water from the beans, right? But you keep it there, you move it. Meanwhile, you drink more coffee, and we have almost the dish ready. The dish also has some other things that we are going to prepare in the next intervention. That is the plantain and the eggs, right? So for the
Perfect.
next thing. So now we can keep it like this, low temperature, and oh, my house smells really good.
Oh, I can imagine.
I guess
Oh,
my neighbors they are envy
your
with the
neighbors are
smell
just
of this.
at your window like this. Alejandro. All of a sudden, your neighbors are gonna just pop over to bring you some
For
flowers,
sure, for sure they will.
right?
All right,
Oh,
so now we can fly. Let me pack my bags because I would love to go to Slovenia and Germany. So I
oh,
have my passport already. And I see you here in a few minutes, right?
See you in Slovenia. Matea. Hi, Matea.
Hello again, Annette. Unfortunately, I cannot hear you, but I can see that I am on stage. Yes, but I can read comments. Annette, I can read comments. So I followed
Perfect.
all the comments that I got when I was preparing a dough. And thank you very much for all these comments about the olive orchards and the friends and the chives and not having a garden. So I was really following all that during we were in Germany and also in Costa Rica, and I was working as well. Have a look. This is my result. I worked on a dough, nah? So it's nice, shiny, because this is the part where I put also a bit of oil on the top, you see, so that the dough is not too dry. Unfortunately, this dough has to rest now. So I'm going to cover it with a kitchen towel and I'm going to put it aside. And as Julian said, I cheated a bit as well because already before our session, I prepared an extra dough so that you will see how we continue with our yes, how we continue with our Štruklji. So Strukli, né? Štruklji. On that S, we have an accent. Né? Anyway, my dear ones, I then stretch the dough, you see, with this excellent wooden tool. We like to use it very much. It's very helpful for different cakes, cookies, also, you know, when we are baking them, not only for Strukli. And then I stretched. Look how I stretched the dough, huh? You see, they said, our grandma said that the dough has to be so thin that you could read a love letter through, huh? Well, I'm not perfect, as I said already today, but you know, I just wanted to show you that this dough has to be really very thin. And then we put it on the table, like here, you see. I have here a kitchen towel below, and then I put it and stretch it. So let's say that we would be making that for the whole family. So this dough would be all over the big table, right? And this is perfect teamwork. So you can invite your friends and you are making and stretching the dough all over, né? Because it's a kind of a tent. But today I won't make a lot of these strukli, so I decided just to make this little piece. And remember, I made also a filling. So we said an egg, then we had the ricotta, then we had the sour cream, a bit of salt. I didn't put, but we could also put some chives or maybe a parsley. And now we are going to spread this evenly, okay? So as evenly as possible, I would say. And then the edges, we leave because we will need to cover all that. Okay, so let's do it. Nah? We stretch it as evenly as possible all over. So you can imagine what a great work this is when you are making this for the whole family, or maybe even for a wedding, or maybe even for your birthday party, because that were the occasions when our people used to make them. Of course, I like to make this strukli when we have a day without a meat, right? So you could eat them, for example, with a mushroom sauce. That's very common in Slovenia because Slovenia is a very wooded country. We have lots of mushrooms. Or sometimes, you know, as I prepared over there, just with salad, green salad, and it's delicious. But now let's see how we are doing that. Huh? So spreading all over as evenly as possible, right? As evenly as possible. And now you will understand why I put a cloth below, tablecloth, you see? Now, sometimes our grandmas even cut this away. I will do that later on because I like dough very much. So I don't mind if there is more dough in strukli. So now I'm going to roll that slowly, slowly. So the more you make it, the bigger is the dough. the thicker are the Štruklji. Mine, you've seen before, they were not so thick because I didn't make so much. And now, what is also a nice trick, I take a plate like this, and then I cut the edges. You see, like here. You see how nicely it's sealed? Perfect, And then I seal on the other side, again, like this. Yeah. And then I seal, I also take a bit away from this bigger part here on the side. The rest, as I said, I like to keep it. Now, what's the next step? Yeah, we got a very nice roulade. And now the next step is a kitchen towel like this. The best is if it's not washed in the washing machine because of the washing powder. It's not good, So that's why we usually wash that without anything. And then we wet. So usually the kitchen towel is dry, right? But for this, we wet it. So we do it like this. We wet it. And then we put a bit of the bread crumblings so that later on when we have a cooked dish that it's not sticky. So we put the bread crumblings all over this wet tablecloth or kitchen towel, better said, yeah, because it's small. So like this. And now, my dear ones, I will put this roulade, so to say, slowly in that kitchen towel. And now we roll that, okay? So slowly, we roll that until we are done. And now our Slovenian trick. Our Slovenian trick is that we put also, let's say, yeah, like from sewing, if you have. So we fix on the side like this. Okay, I hope I will manage to do that properly because with gloves is sometimes a bit more tricky, but otherwise, of course, it's more hygienic. And then we roll this all around that kitchen towel and the Štruklji, right? But sometimes, people put it in a foil, like aluminium foil. But I truly don't like to use aluminium foil. I really like it more traditional way as our grandmas used to do. And at the end, we fix this again. We fix this again. Let's say like this. You can be very creative here. The most important is that it's nicely sealed. So for example, like this, that it's nicely sealed. One knot, maybe second one, just to make more sure that everything is fine. You see, we got a very nice roulade. I hope this is okay. Yes. So very nice roulade. And now on the side, I already boiled the water. And I put also some salt in the water. Generally, I don't use much salt, okay? But a bit, it's nice. A bit, it makes more tasty. So now you're going to see how I will put it in the boiling water. In fact, it's the same as we would prepare pasta. We would prepare pasta. So here we have this nice sausage. It's nice, Nice sausage. And now we put it in the boiling water like this. And this is now will be boiling for around 20-25 minutes. I can cover it. And voila, we are now ready for the next 25 minutes. To listen,
Okay, Matea, we'll see you soon. Okay, is everybody ready? We're off to Germany.
Yeah,
Hi, Julian.
Hi, we are doing the next step. For our dish, in some families, the mother makes all the breads already. But usually in my family, we did it like this. We had the stuff in the middle on a big plate like this. So I got a few veggies here, some sour pickles, a peach. And you add nice sausage, cheese. So I bought different sausages today. Not everybody is going to like all of them, but it's the traditional ones. So the first one, typical German blood sausage. In former times, people just used everything whenever they slaughtered a pig. So the blood was made into a nice sausage, later a little bit smoked. So it's...
Julianne, is that like a blood sausage?
Yeah, it's a blood sausage.
Okay, okay. I've never seen one. All right.
You get them in different shapes, sizes. You just cut it. So let me try and show you. You don't have to peel it. You can eat everything. So it looks like this. You put it on bread later. So I just put a little bit here on my plate. If we need more later, I will cut more. But I got more, so oops. And that's our kind of meatloaf. So it's also pork, called Fleischkäse in German, meaning meat, cheese. There is no cheese in it. It's pork, but they bake it in the oven. You can get it a little bit thicker as well, like in some parts, and you just put it on a bread roll and eat it warm. This one is cold, and I washed my hands before I started, so that's why I'm touching it at the moment. But to make it look nice, you can roll it like this, put it on your plate.
That looks like in the United States we can get very thin sliced deli turkey, cold cut, and that's what it looks like. But you said it's pork.
Yeah, it's pork. So really lovely, and I got 2 more. So I went shopping this morning. So we got some cured ham. In former times, they cured it. Later, it was smoked over wood, just to preserve it. So it's nice ham from the Black Forest. Looks like this. Really lovely. And it's only allowed to be called from the Black Forest when it's actually from the Black Forest.
Oh.
So you get it in different parts of the country, but then it's not allowed to be called Black Forest ham.
Looks delicious.
So, and you can keep it a few days. That's why I bought it. So I can have it tomorrow and on Monday when we got a holiday as well.
Yes, we're all on a holiday weekend, aren't we? A bank holiday.
Yeah, but I got to do some tours, so.
Well, there's never any rest for guides.
Yeah.
Right? The holidays is when we're most popular.
Yeah.
Everybody else is resting, and that's when we're busy, huh?
Yeah. I got more sausage. So we call it Liona after the French town. It's typical for our Saar province, but also here in Trier, you can eat it warm, you can eat it cold. Here, you got to peel it. So you cut a piece. Do it like this. And try to peel it off. Because you don't want to eat the plastic around it. in former times, they used intestine from from the pig. Here, that's a natural one. You can eat it. You don't have to peel it. But this one, you better peel it. And as we don't have just sausage, we also got some cheese for our Abendbrot. So I just bought some Gouda cheese, also in our supermarket today. They usually sell cheese, sausage, meat at the same place.
Oh, that cheese looks marvelous.
Yeah, nice middle-aged Gouda. From Bavaria, our cheese spread. You can make it yourself, but you usually buy it, to be honest. Trying to get it to focus. So it's cheese spread. Should see it like this. Sometimes.
What is the flavor of the cheese spread? Because I know here in the States we have lots of different flavors. We can have like a garden vegetable cheese spread. We can have a chive and onion.
It's a classical, so you got French camembert in it, paprika. They do it in Bavaria, called Oberster. Learning a little bit of German. They also have it with different herbs in it.
I don't know if I'm learning any German.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. And important, you need some butter. You put the butter under your sausage, under your cheese. So I bought the typical German one, which is not salted. I also like the salted one. But typical for Germany is really the unsalted one.
I love a salted butter. You know, I told you I'm going to be experimenting with some homemade butters, and I'm going to do a honey infused homemade butter. But then I want to do a truffle, a salted truffle butter.
Oh, that sounds like.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Yeah. We also get the different ones, but that's a traditional. And the nice thing is everybody just gets whatever they want from the plate in the middle, makes their own.
Julianne, I'm gonna butcher this. Michaela Denning from Germany says, "Don't you have some Štruklji for Abendbrot?"
Hang on.
Did I butcher that terribly? Yeah, she's having to look it up in chat. I didn't say that right.
We can have it. I hate it. I didn't buy it because I hate it.
What does that taste like? What is that?
It's either vegetables or meat. And hang on, I did drop something, but it went down the right way, so I'm lucky. It's jelly around it, so I believe it's too wobbly. I just don't like it. So you preserve it, you put meat in it, you put vegetables in it, you put a clear jelly around it. And I just don't like it.
So it's jellied, it's like a gelled meat and vegetable?
Yeah, a little bit
spread? Spread or
it looks like sausage, like cheese, but
gelled.
Yeah, like the stuff we also put on fruit cake sometimes. So if you got a strawberry cake in Germany, you put wobbly stuff on top sometimes.
And it's a very savory type of a flavor.
Yeah. That
Trisha from New Zealand says, "Yeah, I don't buy stuff I don't eat either." And Michaela says, "It's typical German, but it's also hated in Germany."
Yeah. It's typical, but as I don't eat it, I didn't buy it.
Right.
I
Well,
just
yeah.
bought stuff I eat.
Yeah.
So, and you can basically add any sausage, anything, and we got over, I guess, 2,000 different ones. So you
Wow.
buy whatever you like. You get liver sausage as a spread. I didn't buy it because it's so hot at the moment,
Yeah.
and it goes off quite easily.
Yeah.
So I bought the
Yeah.
stuff that can sit here for about 90 minutes and can go back to the fridge, and I can still eat it tomorrow,
Yeah.
which is the plan.
Okay, well we're gonna move back to Costa Rica with Alejandro. So pack your bags, everybody. And Julianne, we'll see you in just a little bit
Yep.
for the finished
Yep.
product, right?
We will.
Fabulous. Fabulous, my friend. Here we go.
How was your flight?
Alejandro, I'm jet lagged. I need a glass of wine immediately.
Oh yeah. Well,
Immediately.
yeah, you will have.
I'll have
All
it.
right,
Okay,
my
my
friends.
friend.
So here let me put straight some things about the this one is the salsa lisano. This one is like a Winchester sauce. This is the one we use for that. So this is not hot. Winchester or Winchester, I don't know how you pronounce that. Winchester sauce. It's just carrots with pepper, tomatoes, celery, things like that. So you add very abundant to the dish. Then we have this in Costa Rica, they call it chilero, which is hot, but not too hot like Tabasco. Because Tabasco, you add only 1 or 2 drops. With this one, even if it's hot, it's with jalapeno. So you can add 5 or 6 drops to your dish. But must be careful if you add more than 5 or 6 drops. This one, you can put abundant. As you saw, I put to the dish. And even I could put even more because this one is not hot. It's the one we use for that Winchester sauce, right? All right, my friends. So we need to add something to our Gallo Pinto, rice and beans. And of course, we have plantain, yellow plantain. So I'm going to cut it. And we do it this way. Look how easy it is. So you can prepare this dish at the beach, in the mountain, wherever you are. So you don't even don't need a restaurant. So I
Oh
cut
my
it.
God, it peels beautifully.
Oh
And
yeah.
Alejandro, I have to tell you, I'm so tickled because your cutting mats that you have, I got those too. Look,
Look. You
look,
see?
and I have them too.
So big slides of this, right? So that's very easy to cut. So you can cut it even thinner if you want. So and this is sweet. This is very sweet plantain. See? Sweet plantain. So now we are moving to our to the stove.
You cut the plantain quite thick, right?
Yeah. And then let's see. We have I think we have we need higher the tripod higher so then you can see. Okay, let's see. Can you see it there?
Can see it perfectly. And I'm
All
going
right.
to take myself off the stage so we can see it better. Okay, my friend?
All right. All right. So as you can see now, the rice is still in the low temperature just to keep it warm because I'm going to eat it in a few minutes. Like in 5 minutes, I'm going to eat that. So I add oil here, aceite, and oil to this one. One for the egg and one for the plantain. Turn on, not too hot, and then I'm going to add to fry the plantain and fry the egg. The egg could be scrambled or could be fried, no matter what. The typical one you will find in restaurants, probably they will serve you fried, right? But you can ask always when you go to a restaurant here in Costa Rica, they ask you, how do you want your eggs? Scrambled or fried, and how many you want? One
I
or
want
two
them
or so?
fried. Fried.
Fried. Okay, I'm going to do it fried for you. All right, plantain. Sweet plantain. Woo. This is delicious. Now, it's a huge difference with the banana. Banana is, even if belongs to the same family of plants, is not the same. The banana, you can eat it. This is a banana. It's smaller. This one is, it looks like it's not yellow like the one you eat probably in the United States or in Europe. Here they eat the banana when it's already dark, but inside is yellow and sweet, right?
And
It,
Alejandro, I feel like a banana, if you cooked it, would get mushy. But the plantain stays, it maintains its integrity even after you cook it, correct?
yeah, yeah, well, yes, yes, that's correct. But if you cook the banana when it's still green, I'm going to put the egg. When you cook the banana when it's still is green, so it keeps the same way it is, right? Especially indigenous tribes or native tribes in Costa Rica, they eat the banana green when it's completely green, and they cook it. They boil or they cook it, right? So now, let's see. Let me remove this from the tripod because now I can use my other hand. So you see, delicious. You need to add uh, the salt or pepper if you want. That's fine. So I'm adding salt. That's it. And that will be more or less at the same time. So I'm turning to the other side. I turn off the whole thing.
Alejandro, you can make my eggs any day.
All right. So this is the first one for you. And then I turn down the plantain and look that beautiful color. So in a restaurant, of course, they can offer this, the Gallo Pinto, with plantain, with eggs, and even with meat, right? Or just vegetarian like this, right? But people normally they use for the typical one with eggs and plantain and cheese, a piece of cheese or so, right? And of course, the tortillas, the con tortillas. What it says there, my friends? La delicia. What it
It's
means?
delicious.
Delicious, yeah, because it's delicious as well as this, right?
And I see mom in the background. Hi, mom. Are you getting hungry for breakfast?
Mamá, le están diciendo hola. Hi. yeah, she's watching everything. Okay, this is basically almost ready. And then I'm going to serve. Let me put this in the back in the tripod. Okay.
Mom is ready to eat, Alejandro.
Mom is ready to eat. Yeah, that's right. All right, because I'm going to serve the dish, right? So you see, you keep the plantain until it's a little bit dark, not too much, a little bit dark in both sides. So then it will be ready. Like this one is already ready. All right. Okay. So let's go look for the plate. Sorry for the movement. All right.
You're doing wonderful, my friend.
This is going to be delicious. Just one sec. All right. So this is the way to serve. It is not fancy, and in restaurants in general, they don't serve it in a fancy way. Maybe in hotels or something, but this is the traditional way to serve, right? Okay, one sec. One egg. One thanks. Pepper, chili pepper if you want. The coffee. And basically, you have everything. So let's see. Let me do one thing. Uh, here, here. Let me move the camera to the other side. Okay. Now you can see me, right? Okay.
We can see you.
All right. And look, the dish is ready. Gallo Pinto. Gallo Pinto is ready to eat. Look. Like this. Mmm. Mmm. Oh man. You can add as much garlic and onion you want. It doesn't, you don't feel, you cannot tell that you have garlic and onion because it's all mixed together and so fried first. So so don't worry if you add a lot of garlic and onion. The plantain, yellow plantain must be yellow, right? Mm, super, super. And then, of course, look.
That's one good looking painted rooster.
Oh man. Woo. And good looking guide, of course, right?
And a good
Ah, of
don't
course.
get me started. Don't get me started on the chef.
Mm.
Don't get me started. Listen, my friend, enjoy your breakfast. Don't go too far because we're all going to come back and say goodbye together, okay?
Or why not? Maybe I'm going so far, like Slovenia and Germany. Why not, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Eat your breakfast and enjoy the show.
In the plane. I'm going to eat it on the plane.
That's first class, baby. That's first class.
All right.
Okay. Mateo, I know
You
you
know
can't
what?
hear me.
Excellent. I heard, Alejandro was saying and preparing. Unfortunately, I can't hear you, Annette, but
I
I'm
know.
sure that on the plane, they do not get such a delicious food as Alessandro prepared for us. What do you think, Annette? Huh? It's not
No
easy,
way.
right? It's very
No way.
difficult to make it so fresh. And my dear ones, I also wanted to prepare for you a very fresh dish. It doesn't matter. Is it for breakfast? Is it for lunch? Or is it for dinner? Because, you know, in my place, it's already 8:30 in the evening. So this is going to be actually my dinner. And now I need to show you the final touch. Just in case, if you are wondering what I did with all these pieces that I cut away, look, I just put them in the extra pot and I will bake them. So this will be like a little snack, okay? So we never throw anything away, right? Everything can be used as a little snack, maybe before the tours or something like that. But now, what do we have here in our pot? Remember, we said that we need to cook that for around 20 minutes, and we did. We did. The correct way, my dear ones, would be that it would stay in the boiling water for like 5 more minutes, okay? I know today we don't have so much time, right? But just to let you know that if you are preparing that back at home and after 25 minutes, something like that, you turn off the heat and you leave it in the boiling water, let's say hot water, for another 5 minutes. No? And then remember, we put a string, so that means that we need some scissors, right? So we are going to cut this string. We don't need to cut all over, just maybe on one side, and then you pull it, right? Now I don't want to complicate too much, so I'm going to cut it few times. It's much easier, you know, to get this out. It's pretty hot. That's why I'm still using my gloves. And then I put here also on the table some, okay, maybe I should turn this around so that you see how I'm doing all that, unwrapping, right? So what I'm doing now is unwrapping, and we should see how it came out. Oh, not bad. I know that my mom would make that much, much better as me. But on the other hand, I hope that for you, this is like, you see, if I didn't put enough bread crumble, then it takes away also the skin from the Štruklji. But the point is, my dear ones, that somehow we succeeded, okay? Or I succeeded with your support. And then we cut it. We cut it, I would say, in a piece like this size. So that would be what? 2 inches? Yeah, few. So that could be a nice portion. You see, that could be a very nice portion of Štruklji. And then I already prepared before, if you remember, the bed of salad. Salad is also from my garden. I heard that somebody said that doesn't have a garden. You know what? A lot you can grow also on your balcony. Since my garden is not close to my home, usually because, you know, I don't have time to go there every day, then I just pull out the salad for the next few days. And then at home, I'm putting all that with roots in the water. So that's how it stays fresh for the rest of the week when I'm then eating my dinner or lunch back at home. But anyway, as I said, I put that on the bed of these green leaves. What is also very delicious in Slovenia is pumpkin seed oil. Have a look. Pumpkin, huh? Not bad. Pumpkin seed oil, a bit darker. Sometimes they are roasted pumpkin seeds, sometimes just squeeze the regular one. And then I put some pumpkin seed oil on these leaves. Not much, just few drops, like all around this, for example, like this. Huh? And then on the top of Štruklji, very, very often we put bread crumblings in butter. You see, of course, we soften the butter, we melt it, then we add some crumblings, and then those crumblings on the top of the Štruklji. That's the way I like those Štruklji the most. But of course, as I said, you can have it also as a dessert with some sugar. Maybe then we would put some cinnamon over here. And lots of times, my dear ones, we just cut in slices. I will try now to cut in slices so that you will see. And these kind of slices then they are a side dish. So Alejandro, for example, used rice, right? A lot of times we eat potato in our area. Sometimes people put pasta, but in our area, Štruklji. And this is very nice, really delicious if you have something with a sauce, like pork tenderloin in plum sauce, or if you have game plate with sour cherry sauce. And these Štruklji, mwah, that's really delicious. But as I said, if you don't like so much meat, no problem. You just prepare it like this with a salad or even with the mushroom sauce. Nah? And now, my dear ones, if you don't have anything against it, I would like to invite you to follow me to my table. My husband is today not at home because I asked him if he can watch his hockey game at his friend's place because it's nice to have some quiet moments, especially if we are live streaming. But that's what I would share also with my family. So Štruklji with a salad, my dear ones, if you enjoyed, please just click like and tell also Annette because you know she's preparing this epic virtual kitchen. And I really like the idea. I don't know how it worked on the other side, but I enjoyed it very much. And maybe you will prepare these štruklji also back at home. So here in Slovenia, we say dober tek. So bon appetit, my dear ones. And let's go to Germany to see how Julien's breakfast looks like. Ah, I'm still on. Okay, then I can still talk. Annette is not with us. Okay, doesn't matter. I can continue.
I'm here. I'm here. I was typing a comment. I was typing. Okay, we're off to Germany. Woo!
So
Hi, Julian.
I prepared a little bit, so I just added butter to the bread. You can add the different sausages, whatever you like. So what should we do? Let's use a little bit of ham. I just, chopped it off. So, and you add whatever you like. And that's a nice thing. You can even have it for breakfast. And let's see, we add a little bit of pickles on this one. So everybody does whatever they like. So we got
sweet pickles or sour pickles?
sour pickles.
Yum.
The
Yum,
French
yum, yum.
ones looking like this. Trying to get it into the camera. So you just buy it in the supermarket. You get some bigger ones, smaller ones, whatever you like. Let's see.
I love a dill pickle. I gotta tell you
Yeah.
that. I recently at a restaurant I tried fried dill pickles. Have you heard of such a thing?
No, but sounds good.
Oh, it was delicious.
I should try it one day. Sounds really nice. So let's do the next one. Add a few of those. So you can add cucumbers, any kind of veggies you can eat raw, anything you like. And that's a nice thing. Everybody does it different every day. So you get a really nice variety. You meet your family, you talk about the day. So it's not much work.
That one piece of bread right next to your cheese and sausage plate, the one that's cut in, yes, it looks almost like a bagel.
Yep, but it's like a pretzel just with pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
But it's like a bagel. So, but not made like one.
And what are you going to do with this wonderful spread? Are you going to find something wonderful on the TV?
using this one, my black one.
Oh yeah, your blood sausage.
Now it's a black bread, my pumpernickel.
Oh, that's the bread. Okay, let
Yeah.
me take myself off so we can.
You put it on it like this, or you can put it on your pretzel. You can also dip it, but for the stream I just put it on it like this. So you get lots and lots of different varieties here. We got
What a nice meal on a hot evening,
Yeah.
right? Because you don't have to heat the kitchen up. You're just
Yeah.
putting together a platter of all your favorite things to nosh on. How
Yeah.
delightful.
Yeah, and here I put on a little bit of mustard. So I got not the sweet one today. I forgot to buy it. But you can add sweet one as well if you like. So I used this one. Put it on the bread. Put some mustard on it. Which is also nice. Just take your blood sausage. Put a little bit of mustard on it. And eat it without bread. Also nice variety. So really everybody gets their favorite stuff. We are still missing.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Nobody can complain. That's the perfect
Yeah.
meal.
We are missing our cheese, so I put a little bit of cheese on my pretzel ring. And everything is allowed. So you can even put honey on it if you like. So do whatever you like. Makes everybody happy. And
it tastes great.
Yeah. In former times, it was typical to eat your main meal for lunch. So it was a nice warm meal for lunch. And in the evening, you had different breads, different sausage, whatever you liked. And
well,
it's really
hi, Matea.
easy.
So everybody's back, but I don't
Yeah.
know where Alejandro went.
Oh yeah, well, I jump in
I
the
can't
I
hear
jump in the
anyone. I
parachute.
just see that we are all four
Yeah.
on stage, and it's lovely because
Yeah.
Alejandro is going outside. So fresh
Yes,
air. We
in
can
the
see
way
the
back.
time difference, huh,
Alejandro-
Julien? In our area is already the
Alejandro,
evening. We have
clearly-
already evening meal,
Yeah.
and Alejandro is ready for the tour because he got a nice breakfast.
In
He
the
clearly
way
had too
back,
much coffee.
yeah, in the way back from Europe. So I jump in the parachute next to my neighborhood, and happened that I broke my. Today is about typical things. This is a typical beer in Costa Rica. Of course, we have Imperial and Pilsen with German formula, just made here, and also this one is called Bohemia. It's not actually not very good, but it's cold. Is what we need in with this weather, because it's almost 100 Fahrenheit, right? So, and this is the typical dish of, the typical tree of Costa Rica. Scientific name, Enterolobium cyclocarpum, if you want to look for it in Google or something. The local name is Guanacaste. It's a huge tree. It's the national tree of Costa Rica. It is the national tree. So I live next to a farming area and a dry forest. So that's why I took advantage to bring you here to say goodbye.
I don't know where Ronnie is from, but she said that she's hungry. So most probably she will now need to prepare the meal, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's really nice. So I got to start cooking during the next few days. Try the nice stuff I learned today. Yeah, and we are boring with our Abendessen. We just drink tea, Sometimes alcohol-free beer in the evening, mineral water. That also you can add, apple juice. But that's more or less the traditional stuff you drink with it.
Well, listen, thank you, everybody. Does anybody have any live streams coming up that they can tell people about?
Well, no, not me. Not for now.
No, not for now.
Not yet.
Well,
not yet.
All right, we're going to look forward to everybody. Alejandro, thank you, my friend. You did a magnificent job. Maybe you could send me the recipe and I'll post it in the group with a link
Sure.
with a link to this video in case anybody needs to see it, okay?
I will. Yes.
Perfect. I don't know why we all went to the bottom of the screen. Thank you, my friends, my colleagues.
Thank you.
My wonderful chefs. Matea can't hear me, but we love you, Matea. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. And I will see you guys all. My friends, don't leave.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. Greetings from Slovenia.
I'm going to click off the screen. We're going to sign off, and then I'll say goodbye to my friends privately. Bye, everybody. Thank you for attending. Tell all your friends about it. And Trisha has
also from New Zealand. Bravo.
She has her very first live stream back after Hago later on today. So look at the calendar for that, okay?
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Well, thank you for being with us.